Hey guys, welcome back to the Cold Hearted YouTube channel. This video today is going to be over a few new Go Fast parts that we received for Hercules. So Procharger's been a sponsor of ours for about around 2 years now. Love that company, love the products. I'm not just saying that because they sponsor us. You really can't beat a Procharger. The way the power band's linear and it's instant, and it's just, there's so many positives to having a Procharger. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love my nitrous, but dealing with bottles, filling the bottles, you gotta keep bottle pressures at certain temperatures. The tune-up's got to be close, or else pistons are gonna go. There's a lot into it, but nitrous is I guess my second favorite power adder. Procharger would be my favorite, and it was before they ever sponsored us. So the reason being, the instant power, the instant boost. When you go to stage, you stage it just like a regular car. You don't have to get it up on a pop and takes time to do it. And the way we race with JJ's arm drop, it's just another thing that you could mess up easily. And in the world that we race in with Chase is a Race, it's not ideal. So the Procharger deal, like I was saying, it lights up instantly. So you grab the trans brake, you floor it, and then there you go. You're at 5 pounds of boost or 6 pounds of boost, or whatever your leave RPM is, and however much boost it makes there. But back to the Go Fast parts. So Procharger's got a new billet gear drive system, which it's been out for a little while now, not too long. It's still fairly new. But back when we put the Procharger on Hercules, we bought a Supercharger store gear drive. It was like $3,500. So we got this new one from Procharger, and it's nice. We're gonna go unbox it, check it out, see what it looks like. I saw it at PRI, and it's a bad looking guy. It's all billet, and it's gonna look good sitting in front of Hercules. But on top of that, we have a brand new Procharger. We're upgrading from an F1X-12, which is what was previously on the car, and it made 30 pounds of boost. But we're gonna put an F3 121 on Hercules. We're gonna step it up to the F3 platform. Trying to make a little more boost down track. Maybe make 40 pounds if we need it, but generally be around 35. But that's the plan. I'm going to show you guys all the stuff. Oh yeah, and we got some new Stainless Works tubing. So we got some collectors, some V-bands, all kinds of tubing to build new headers for the car also. Thinking about doing a little bit of a Bullhorn, nothing crazy, just a little bit. And then I got to get the headers built for my car also, and the materials there for that. But yeah, check out this. It's pretty cool. It's I think it's aluminum or something, some kind of metal. But yeah, and that over there, it lights up. But let's get to it. Matter of fact, the Procharger's right here, which I think I've already showed you guys before, because we've had this for a while. But there is the Supercharger store gear drive that we've been running. It's a little dirty. This is the charge tube, blow off valve, and there is the F1X-12 Supercharger that has been on Hercules for the past couple seasons. Here's the new bad boy. Here's the F3. See, every time you order a blower from Procharger, they always give you oil for it. Being it's self-contained oil in it, it's a pretty nice deal. You don't have to worry about changing it too often, but you do want to stay on top of it. You don't want to run the same oil for, 200 passes. But yeah, she's a little bit bigger. The impeller wheel design is a little bit different on this one, and as you can see, this one doesn't have a threaded end, so we had to run a rubber boot on the end of that one. But this has their new threaded, so you put a coupler over that, you weld your charge tube to it, whatever you want to do. It's just a lot nicer, I think. This is the only thing, this one's not polished. I mean, and that one was polished. Of course, it's dirty now, but it wouldn't take much to polish that one up. But that's the F3. That will be going on Hercules once we get the motor done. I'll even show you the motor. See, these are all that's the valve covers and stuff. All the parts that come off Hercules. There's the parachute. But here's the engine. It's just sitting here chilling. We took one rod out. That's the rod we took out of the engine. Everything looked good. We measured them. There's no rod stretch. So, in other words, in essence, we could have been fine with running this motor for a little longer. But the thing about an aluminum rod, say, I think these have around 160 to 170 passes on them. So it's quite a bit of wear and tear on an aluminum connecting rod. And the thing is, if we would have kept running it and the motor blew up, well, we would have hurt the block, could have took out the heads, could have took out a lot of stuff. And a set of these rods is a little over $1,000. I mean, who wouldn't go ahead and put, you know what I mean, new rods in here to save everything else? When you're making 2,600-ish horsepower, which like we are, it's pretty necessary to keep up on, you know, having your stuff fresh, having good clean parts in the motor. But let's go check these out. So here's the stainless works material, which I'm not going to open these up. That's just different tubing, different bends and stuff. But I will show you the collectors, the bullhorns, the V-bands, all of that. And in this box is the brand new gear drive system from Supercharger. So let's start with this. Actually, let's start here. Here is your stainless works merge collector for a big block Chevy. But if you order a kit from them, this is the collector you would get if you opt for a merge collector. Of course, it's got the stainless works tabs that you weld on after you've built the kit. Let's see if I can see, these are both. Here's a small block one. This is for my car. It's quite a bit smaller. Of course, it's a small block, but super nice stuff. High grade material. I mean, you can just see the craftsmanship behind this stuff. It's almost unbeatable. So I got that, and then here is, this is your bullhorn. This is what Stainless Works considers a bullhorn. This thing is massive, and I mean massive. So there it is. That's what you would cut down to make your bullhorn. I'll show you guys real quick. So the end of this is 4.5 inches, and that's how big this tube is in diameter. So you would take your collector, and I mean, you're V-banded, of course, but this is your bullhorn setup. So you would cut this however, wherever you want it. Of course, you know, make it all work well together, but normally people cut, you know, it depends on how big you want it. Normally you're going to cut it somewhere in the bend, put your collector with the V-band in the bend, and then, you know, something for Hercules, we're probably only going to use like a little bit more, probably from here to here, you know, just have a nice smooth turnout on the car. But like Barry Nicholson, for example, if you guys have seen him on No Prep Kings, his collector is going to be here, and this is what's hanging out the side of his car that shoots Gorilla Donkey nitrous flames out of it. But so it just kind of, you know, depends on what you want to do. But as you can see, Stainless Works makes some super nice stuff. So this stuff lines up perfect. I mean, perfect. And then of course you have your V-bands to V-band it together if you want. Here they are. That's a small block V-band. There's some other ones. There's some big block ones here too, but I'll just show you. I'll show you their small block. So here's your V-band from Stainless Works. Super nice. I mean, you can just see how nice this stuff is. So if you're in the market for a stainless steel header kit, I highly recommend Stainless Works. We've built several sets of Stainless Works headers, and the material's nice. My dad builds, you know, he's built a set for JJ's cars. He's built some for his personal car, a couple others, and you just can't beat it. So that's that. If you guys have any more questions about Stainless Works stuff, or if you want to purchase some of this stuff, shoot me a message. You know, I'll put my email in the description of this video. If you guys want any kind of Nitrous Express parts, Procharger parts, Stainless Works parts, there's a whole list of companies that I can, you know, work with to get you the best deal possible. But yeah, so I'm just gonna leave this here for now. But there's that gives you a general idea of how these Bullhorns work. You know, if somebody wanted to know, you know, why do they do that or whatever, this is how. And so the V-band obviously is for loading it into the trailer. So you're not gonna want a Bullhorn hanging out the side of the car trying to load it into a trailer to rip it off. So you just take your V-band, you pull it off, and you're good there. Oh, and here's one of my favorite things that we've gotten for Hercules. I love this thing, it looks so killer. But this is your like oil return. So you would take this and you'd put it in the catch can, because the gear drive, you know, of course it has to have oil in it, so it slings oil, and this is like a return. It goes to a small catch can. Let's see, everything's individually wrapped. So what we have right here, that's just spacers, input coupler stuff. Yeah. Let's get down to the good stuff here. Of course, all of it's necessary, but so here is the bracket, and you can see just how, I mean, I'm not going to open it, but you can see how nice it is. It's all been machined out. There's your spacers. They're not just a solid spacer, you know, they got them shortening, or they cut into them and they make them wider on the ends, just for aesthetics, really. It looks so much nicer than the Supercharger store one that we have been running on the car. Another big thing about this particular gear drive, the gears that are in it are Winner's quick change rear end gear. So with that being said, the gears are $100, $80 off winners.com, whereas the ones for the Supercharger store gear drive are a couple $100 a set. So that's a big plus. We need several different gear options for different speeds of the blower, which correlates boost pressure. So the faster you spin the blower, the more boost you're going to make. The slower, the less boost. Also, it makes your ramp quicker and makes your boost ramp slower. So that's how you do that. But here is a accessory drive. So this goes off the side of the gear drive and would spin the mechanical fuel pump on the car. Let's keep digging, see what we can find in here. Oh yeah, now we're getting to the shiny stuff. But this is the input coupler for the crank drive. Yeah, let's see. Some more brackets. I mean, just look how nice this stuff is. Like, look at the detail that goes into it. Of course, the spacers there. And then here is the actual gear drive housing itself. So, I mean, it's a work of art, really. It's all billet. Super nice, super nice. But so this housing here is where the gears are. I think the gear ratio that's inside of this right now is like a 150, something like that, 147 maybe. But you can calculate your RPMs and stuff of your blower and how fast this is going to spin it with your step-up ratio of your supercharger and the gear set that you put inside of here. But yeah, it's a really nice deal. So there's 2 gears in here. Your crank, of course, you'd put your crank drive assembly, your hub assembly on there, and it has little fingers that set down in here. So as your crank spins, it spins this, spins the gear, and then spins the supercharger. So that's how a gear drive works. And the gear set you put in here, like I was saying, determines how fast or slow your supercharger spins compared to the crankshaft. And each blower has a max RPM limit. So, and every supercharger, which I'll show you, they will say on it, you know, how fast you can spin the blower without it cavitating or potentially catastrophically coming apart. But here's this one is an F2. This is Kenneth Goldie's actually. So max RPM, I don't know if you guys can see that, but max RPM is 65,000. And your step-up ratio on this particular supercharger is 5.40. So every time that pulley turns 1 round, this impeller wheel turns 5.4 rounds. So 1 RPM here is 5.4 RPMs here. That's your step-up ratio. So you have to calculate that with your gear drive and the RPM you're going to be running the engine at to get your overall blower RPM. And if it exceeds 65,000, you probably need to slow it down a little bit. But yeah, that's the general idea behind how that works. Just kind of wanted to give you guys a rundown on all the new cool Go Fast parts we got here today. Like I said, if you guys need any parts from Procharger, from Nitro Express, from Stainless Works, anything like that, send me an email. I'll drop it in the comments. Even RaceQuip. RaceQuip makes some pretty awesome stuff too. You know, like safety equipment. It's fairly cheap and it's really good quality for the price. This is my personal helmet right here. I love this helmet. It's not too heavy, feels good on your head. Also, this is Dad's. This is his. It's supposed to look like a Hercules battle helmet, and then you can see it's got like skull breathing through the middle. It's pretty cool looking. It's gold, purple. But JC, the guy who painted the Tomcat car, painted this helmet also. But yeah, that's about it, guys. So I believe that's gonna do it for our video today. I'll try to post more of these as much as I can. I'll try to do 1 or 2, 3, maybe a week. If I'm lucky, I can do more. But other than that, we're still working on finishing this car up from the video last night. All right, but I'm gonna end this video off right here. Drop a comment, drop a like, subscribe to the channel. Big things coming, a lot more information coming. And let me know, guys, do you want more informative type videos similar to what I was just doing, explaining how a Procharger works, explaining how a Bullhorn goes together, things like that? I can do a lot of that stuff because I have a lot of it here in this shop. So if there's anything you guys want to see, maybe you want to see Dad taking apart a set of heads, maybe you want to watch him build a motor. So I mean, we'll do a build series on him building Hercules' engine back, putting it back together. But other than that, I think I'm going to end this video off here. Like I said, drop a comment, drop a like, subscribe, and let me know, guys. Y'all be safe, have a great day, and be sure to tune in to Fastest in America Street Outlaws next Monday night. Street Outlaws Fastest in America next Monday night. I will be racing on Team Kentucky. But if you tune in, you'll see me then. You guys be safe, have a great day, and come back and check it out next time. So.